My beloved child, come and rest yourself before me. I have seen the longing within your heart, the deep desire for more of my spirit. This stirring is of me, for I wish to pour out my gifts over all who earnestly seek me. I am preparing for my faithful ones, gifts of healing, miracles, prophecy, wisdom, all to equip you for the work ahead. The calendar says one thing, but my timing is not confined to man's marking of days. Even in these final days of the fading year, I am able to accomplish much through willing vessels. You have sought me diligently in prayer concerning these spiritual gifts, and your pursuit has not gone unnoticed. I keep careful account of every prayer uttered, every fast undertaken, every act of obedience intended to position you to receive more from my hand. I see the yielding of personal dreams and agendas in order to make room for my purposes to take first place in your life. I see the times you battled doubt and discouragement, yet still cried out to me for a greater infilling of my spirit. When my word instructs you to earnestly covet spiritual gifts, understand that this is no passive process, no meaningless religious ritual devoid of power. To earnestly covet is to passionately desire, pursue with focused discipline, position yourself through consecration to steward responsibly all I wish to entrust to you. It is a high and holy calling. All my gifts work together, connected like perfect links forging an unbreakable chain. As you step out in bold faith to speak my words to specific situations, be they words of revelation about the past and present or guidance concerning the future, accompanying signs and wonders will surely follow. Many speak empty words about wanting more of me but balk at paying the price. Such intimacy demands in terms of character development, loving accountability, focused discipline regardless of mood or circumstance, laying down of personal rights and agendas. Though my grace covers you as you progress along this path, I cannot entrust the truly weighty facets of my power and authority to those yet weighed down by untransformed appetites and attitudes. I know you sometimes grow weary of the continual adjustment and refining, the constant denial of lesser desires for the sake of pursuing that which alone is worthy of your passion. But truly, if you could glimpse your destiny from my perspective, you would fall to your knees and weep with joy over the unspeakable privilege I grant you. To become a mature conduit of my loving power to a broken world trapped in darkness. What greater honor exists among men or angels? The level of glory I wish to demonstrate through your life will also increasingly provoke the forces of hell to rise against you. Such is the nature of this conflict. But have I not promised to always lead you in triumph? As you reckon yourself dead to sin but alive to me, no weapon forged against you can ultimately prevail. My finished work remains your shield and shelter no matter how fiercely the winds may blow. So continue to nurture this holy desire for more of my spirit until it burns within you as a pilot light fanning the flames of each thought, word, and deed. Let it ignite fervent prayer, fuel radical acts of obedience, kindle courage to step forth in areas you have not previously explored. The gifts coming down are for the hungry and the willing. Their numbers grow as the day draws near, prepared warriors for a coming harvest, beyond anything history has yet witnessed. You stand among them, even now by divine purpose, strengthened for a pivotal hour that demands bold action. There are still critical lessons ahead as I continue equipping you to wield the holy fire with wisdom, grace, and uncompromising truth. Passion alone is not enough. So submit yourself fully to my loving corrections and discipline. The path is narrowing, my beloved, but your feet are well able to follow me all the way to the dazzling conclusion I have prepared. Trust in my timing. These remaining days of the fading year still afford key opportunities for increased authority and spiritual perception that can greatly amplify your kingdom effectiveness in coming seasons. Walk in expectant faith while keeping your spiritual eyes upon me alone as each day unfolds. The darkened glass of this era's end affords but dim visibility ahead. Only as your focus remains steadfast upon the light can you navigate in sure footing. Let that light expose and consume any areas of personal agenda or presumption of control still lurking within you. I desire your will fused seamlessly to mine, that my highest thoughts and ways may shape your choices and responses. Salvation's story is still unfolding gloriously on target to my appointed finish line. Keep this eternal perspective ever before you when battles rage fiercely and the ground shakes beneath you. I will not fail or delay the full revelation of my beloved's radiant maturity and unconquerable unity to angel and demon and man alike. All of heaven stands poised in breathless expectation of what I am preparing through yielded saints in this climactic hour. As you open your heart without restraint to all I am fashioning you to pour forth, know that I am pouring forth all of myself through you in like manner. Our sweet communion and partnership is a lock against which the gates of hell cannot prevail. Lift your eyes often to trace the colorful gifts descending from my hand, each loving provision custom designed to reveal me through you in ever-increasing splendor. Goodness and mercy shall follow you all the days of your life, and you will dwell in the house of blessing. I have prepared for you from the foundation of the world. My precious one, I know the battles swirling around you strike sharp fear into your heart at times. The attacks seeking to undermine your destiny or diminish your effectiveness are often subtler than a physical assault. Accusations hissing in your ear during seasons of weakness, distractions diverting focus from kingdom priorities, discouragement clouding faith's vision of victory ahead. Know that I allow no weapon formed against you except what I specifically permit to further purify and strengthen your trust in me alone. Your efficiency in partnering with my agenda is paramount as the day draws near and Satan rages because he knows his time is short. So recognize each stormy blast not as a punishment or sign of my displeasure, but as another opportunity to reaffirm total dependence on my presence within you as counselor, comforter, champion, and friend. Turn from voices echoing up from broken cisterns within the valley of human frailty. Come to the heights with me where raging wind and waves fade to distant murmurs beneath our feet. Perspective makes all the difference, determining whether you will walk in peace or panic when thunder rolls. Train your spiritual senses to discern the sound of my voice above every other. The syrupy hiss of compromise, the strident shout of accusation, the wailing dirge of pity and false humility, these distorted notes compete relentlessly for your allegiance. But my true voice rings clear and unmistakable within your spirit, once trained to distinguish friend from foe. It remains steady and strong in declaring divine purpose for your life, regardless what storms may obscure the path ahead. As you choose daily to align each thought, word, and action under the sound of my voice, certainty of destiny dispels doubt just as dawn's light burns away night's lingering mist. Cry out for discernment and boldness to resist the devil so he will flee from you. Far too many confused or muffled tones emanate from the camps of those claiming spiritual authority and insight during this volatile season. Test words and motives against the plumb line of Scripture under Spirit illumination. My voice will never contradict what I have already established in my written word concerning righteous principles and relational priorities. Take great care not to confuse fleshly anger and offense over personal discomforts and inconveniences with true prophetic intercession and spiritual battle. The path upon which I am leading you to gather and guard harvest for my eternal storehouse differs greatly from that trod by those appeasing popular opinion. My way is bathed in tears of compassionate intercession, even for persecutors, while still refusing to shrink from declaring uncompromised truth. As conflicts unfold both within you and in your external world, Focusing on what is not physically present significantly influences the outcomes you shape. The realm of unseen thoughts and visions is always the precursor, influencing how you perceive the external world. To renew your mind, immerse yourself consistently in my eternal perspective, letting my thoughts become the source from which your decisions naturally emerge. Cultivate a sacred imagination, rooted in the promises of Scripture, about what I am shaping you to be and how I am preparing you to surpass human constraints. Imagine my truths about your identity, purpose, and destiny, transforming your heart, soul, and strength from within. Your path is guided by what you focus on, so carefully protect what you see and hear. Stay near my fire, beloved, as heaven's breath continues feeding the flames within you. Many waters cannot quench this shared passion as I infuse you with ever-increasing authority, spiritual perception, purity of motive, and more. Not one promise will fail concerning all I have spoken, and am patiently performing even through storms and delays. Lift your voice with holy anticipation, intermingled with tears of joy and awe, as you trace the colorful gifts descending from my hand. You will complete the task that began in the distant past, spreading light amidst the darkness until the certain arrival of dawn's brightness heralds the forthcoming era.